Welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I'm your host.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. You know who I'm sick of?
Who?
Those darn Kardashians.
Gosh darn it.
I am just sick of those girls, you know?
The Kardashians say the darndest things.
I was just like on TikTok waiting for you to send a link, and I got sent like a video of Kendall or of Kylie Jenner, and it was like, I don't know, like super old. Like I've seen it been stitched like a lot of times, like a month ago. So it's like, it's just a really old video, and I'm like, TikTok, don't show me this shit. I don't want to see these girls. I'm sick of these girls. Anyways, you know, this is the second time that we've done this now. Full transparency.
Yeah.
And so I'm not wasting any time. You, Erica, you tell me why you're trash, because we gotta go.
Okay. All right. I'm in it. The other day, I said to Winston directly, and I meant this sincerely. He said, you know, here's a situation, you could do this. And I said, yeah, but I didn't go to the little bitch school of living, so I'm not going to do that. And it sounds, thank you for the applause. It sounds funny now, but I said it with 100% sincerity. Like, where did that come from? Kids say, the Kardashians say the darndest things. I say the darndest things. Just with full vitriol. Didn't go to the little bitch school of living, so I'm not going to do that. And
you want to, it feels good. And so I'm sure you apologized.
Oh, yeah. I was like, but we also laughed because it was,
of course,
a good little moment.
I had a moment similar. I was talking about the state of the world, of course. And the too long didn't read is that somehow I had mentioned that Hillary Clinton was the only person who was being honest about the fact that the coal mines were going to shut down. You know, she wasn't pandering to coal miners and saying how much she was going to save their jobs, because she was being realistic and like, look, bro, like coal's over, you know?
Yeah. And
I said that, and I said, you know, like she lost a lot of states lost a lot of votes that they thought were in the bag, you know, but also like, who cares? I don't know. Anyways, so it got Taylor, or I was like, then they really didn't like Hillary after that, is what I said. And Taylor said, well, also she's like a criminal. And you know what I said?
What?
I looked my husband, who I love, dead in the eyes, and I said, will you shut the fuck up?
These men love us.
I know. Yeah. But I was just like, in that moment, I just saw some white man talking about how Hillary Clinton was a criminal. I don't even know if he said criminal. He might have just said, well, she's he just said something negative about Hillary Clinton. And I said, will you shut the fuck up? I didn't want to hear it. I gotta be honest, I don't want to hear what any man thinks about Hillary Clinton. I don't want to hear it at all. Even if they have views that agree with me, I don't want to hear what you think about Hillary Clinton, you know? Because no matter what negative thing comes out of your mouth, it comes with an extra bit of salt and misogyny that you don't even realize is happening. And I won't hear it.
Not in this
I won't hear it.
A man said something to me the other day that I actually truly loved. So I'm speaking to this man. Again, we are just meeting and we're exchanging stories and, you know, pleasantries, all these things. And they go in to tell a story. But here's how they begin. I don't do cocaine, which I thought was going to be the end of the sentence. But then they said, much. And I'm like, okay. So you do a lot of coke. And then they go, anymore.
Oh,
so
boy.
The full sentence is, I don't do cocaine much anymore. But it was, each part was like, oh, I got to dig myself out of this. I'll dig myself out of this.
I like that he didn't want to lie to you. I don't do cocaine much anymore.
I just was like, thank you for your honesty, because what is this fight really about? Let's get to what it's really about. Which was like, oh, you do a lot of cocaine. And that's your thing, but just be safe. Oh, it was truly magical. Anyway, why are you trash?
Sometimes I put too much dry shampoo in on purpose.
Okay.
So look, I cut my hair into bangs, and I have like a very specific place where my grays show in life.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm not a fucking Rockefeller, so I'm not really paying to get my hair done right now. I can't afford it. That's the reality, folks. I can't afford these kind of luxuries. I still get to go to my nail salon where I cough and wheeze while they do my nails and poop in their toilet stinky, and I still go there. But I haven't been. I don't know if I've ever talked about the fact that I have just taken some absolute growlers at that nail salon.
The organic nail salon.
I know, but I gave a 5 stars on Google.
There you go. Life's about balance.
Clean the toilet, girls. I got your business. Hey, if you give this podcast a 5-star review, you can come shit in my toilet.
Open invitation. You call me up. You're in my neighborhood. Absolutely. I'll sit in the car while you throw the hazards on. I don't get a ticket. Go shit in my toilet anytime. That's the kind of friend and guest and podcast host I am.
Yeah. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, right. So I can't afford to go to the hair salon. But my grays are like right up, like my left, like right up front, kind of like, X-Men, like just a bundle of them right up left and front and center. So I cut bangs, and I think it's cool that I have like a patch of grays. And when I blow dry it, sometimes they really show, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But anyways, because I have bangs, I sweat more, and I need that dry shampoo to like kind of get me through a day. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, I just been putting like more in, like, and I don't rub it in because I'm like, I'm old,
If you I don't possibly have time to rush this in. I only have so many moons left.
No, like if you use dry shampoo, it comes out like white. And so I just like, it makes me look like I have more grays, and like, I feel like
they make brunette dry shampoo.
Erica, what did I just say? I don't have any money. I use what I use.
I'll hook you up.
If you tell me it's the same price, I don't buy it. I have like a 3-pack that I bought off of Amazon in the pandemic that I've been just riding. Okay.
Serious? Oh, wow.
I didn't use it that much until I got bangs. And then I was like, I need it all the time.
All the time.
And so, but I'll spray that on, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's got like, it makes the gray patch and like the white, like it looks bigger. And I'm like, I look deserving of respect for once in my life.
Yes.
I feel chic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't rub it out. I just like keep it in. And I'm like, again, I'm old. Like, and take care of me.
Is this the monies? I don't know. Here's everything I have. Make change, please.
Yeah. And that's just like what I do now. And I think it's great. I think I look good.
I think you always look good. So I'm excited to see this dry shampoo.
You should see me with all white roots. It looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look good. All right.
I've started to get the grays, but it's just like one, and they're like clear, and they're always in a different spot. But the light catches them, and then I'm like, and I get in there, and I'm like, oh, you little bitch, you lost your pigment. Where'd your pigment go? Did you drop it? And it makes me. And then I put the brown dry shampoo over it, and then I go, well, moving on.
I just like what I don't want, because it's all a bundle right up front. I've looked everywhere. It's nowhere else. And I think I've looked it up and like, when you have that gray bundle, it's because like it comes from like trauma. Oh. And like, I'm like, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Like finally something is coming from this other than my fucking free comedy career. They're like very silvery white. They're bright. They're bright like a police light.
Wow. Wow. Well, speaking of police, let's get into our first story because the Norfolk police had quite an image on their hands this week.
I want you to read the headline, and then I'm going to let you know how I read the headline.
Okay.
And how it took me a little while to figure out what I was looking at.
Okay. From northeast.newschannelnebraska.com. Norfolk police pull over man with bull riding shotgun. That's the headline. Now, Cassandra, how did you first read it?
Norfolk police pull over a man with a bull riding a shotgun.
Just like a cartoon.
like a witch. A shotgun. I was like, what? And I had to read it like 4 or 5 times, and then I still just was like, let me move on. And then finally in the second sentence, I was like, oh, the bull was in his passenger seat. Oh, he was riding shotgun. Like, that was really, really tough for me to comprehend.
Now, did you see the image?
No,
did you see the image?
Look at it now. I'm looking at it now.
Okay,
hold on.
Dear listeners, do yourself a favor. As always, all of our sources are in our show notes.
Stop it. That's not fucking real.
Bull,
no,
it looks like a mechanical bull is sticking out the window of this man's.
Is that a real bull?
No, it can't be. No,
what's a Watusi bull?
A Watusi. It's like a
Watusi bull.
Wagon wheel.
Oh my
Watusi.
God! Oh my God!
Oh my God! No, that is a. I thought it was a mechanical bull. No, this is a real bull. God, okay, it is a sedan.
It looks like it's blown up.
It looks like huge. The horns are easily 3 foot on either side of its head, if not longer. And it is literally out, like his windshield is divided in half.
Yeah, he customized his weird, like, this is like a 1993 Ford Focus. That's like what kind of car we're working with here. I mean, custom windshield,
bull horns on the hood, though. It's on
brand.
It's a brand. This is a live animal. This must weigh 2,000 plus pounds. This thing is huge.
A Watusi bull, a male, can get between 450 to 730 kilograms. What the hell does that mean in American? Let's split the difference. 600 kilograms, 2 pounds. That's what? No! What? That's 1,322 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big boy. There's, body cam footage of officers being like, so, in this city, you're going to have a permit for that. It is comical.
The comments on this article from News Channel of Nebraska, first of all, hilarious that almost every single one of them, the first comment is people spam saying, need people for part-time online work.
Yeah.
But somebody says, leave the guy alone. The bull isn't hurting anyone. But the next one says, Lee and that bull have been friends for years. He is in the Nelly parade every year with him riding shotgun, and Howdy is a very well-behaved bull.
Charles LaRue's like, you back off. I like the guy under him, Gary Juliffs, and he says, name the offenses. I call BS. Then the Norfolk Nebraska Police Division reply to his comment and says, for starters, vision obstruction. You can't drive safely with a bull blocking your vision in most directions other than straight forward. That's a logical reply. And then some people are like, BS? You
didn't get the joke.
You didn't get the joke. It's a bullshit.
Oh my God. What a delight. I don't even want to talk more about the story. You
just have to see the video. You have to see the video. Wow. Animals, a lot of animals are really just man's best friend.
Certainly Cop's best friend in our next story.
Mm-hmm.
From KOCO.com, sent in by none other than Tina Curry. Goats help Tulsa officers find burglary suspect on the run.
Listen, police dogs are expensive, and we're defunding the police. The cops only get goats now. Goats are cheap.
You'd think that they'd be like, you know what? We can do less helicopters so we can keep our dogs, but
Oh, no. More full body, bulletproof vest, more AR-15s. We definitely need a tank for Tulsa, but we can't afford the dogs anymore. That food bill alone.
So the Tulsa Police Department got help from an unexpected group of tipsters to capture a burglary suspect. Around 6:40 p.m. Friday, police responded to a reported burglary, and the victim told the officers that the suspect tried to pry open a door on his storage building. And police said that the victim reportedly held the suspect at gunpoint before he ran away.
So the officers found the man near a gas station at 21st and Memorial Drive, Tulsa. Y'all know where that's at.
Oh, sorry. I was skipping the locations and I forgot that we have some Oklahoma people listening.
So the suspect ran off to a wooded area. So the police obviously set up a perimeter,
Sure.
They're searching for him. They've got the canine officers. Don't call him a canine officer. And then a nearby property owner saw his goats staring at a trailer and thought so men who stare at goats, this was goats who stare at man.
Goats who stare at trailer.
And he was like, I guess I'm going to go investigate myself. Which, here's the thing. If your animals are suddenly staring at something, run, hide, call a priest, call the police. Like, there is nothing good. If a group of animals have gotten together and silently are staring at something, that is a poltergeist. Get out of there. Yeah, so he was hiding in the trailer, the suspect, and so he tried jumping over a fence, but the officers and the canine officers took him into custody. And so, according to the Tulsa Police Department Facebook page, while we know our officers are the greatest of all time, it was really the goats who get credit on this one. Beautiful.
Oh, he wrote that and went right to lunch,
Absolutely.
Nailed it. We have a third animal story.
Guys, here's the thing. Animals are a delight. They're just so trashy sometimes. I just love them.
From the BBC.com, an otter unmasked as Chester Hotel's 100,000-pound koi carp thief.
Say that 15 times fast.
No.
Okay.
I won't.
From the BBC, a hotel caught a sneaky otter red-handed after putting up the
The CCTV.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what CCTV is.
CCTV. They found the theft responsible for grabbing 50 koi, which totaled about 100,000 pounds. So, oh my God, that's 2,000 kois are $2,000 a piece?
I guess. Wait, what does CCTV stand for? You're about
Closed
to say the whole
circuit television, I think.
Okay.
I think.
If you would have said that out loud, I would have been like, what the hell?
Yep.
Let me see CCTV.
These fish are worth about $2,000 a piece. And so the footage, when they finally, were inspecting, discovered that this little interloper was avoiding the electric fence and snatching the carp before escaping.
Wow. How did this otter get in there?
He was like sneaking around the electric fences.
So this must be like some sort of beachfront property?
Well, let's see. It's in Manchester. Oh, no, it's just a Chester, not Manchester. I was going to say Manchester is by the sea, but Chester, England. But let's see.
Chester Hotel, London.
It's a city in London. It's on the River Dee, close to the England-Wales border. So it is water adjacent. Yeah. So,
because I'm just like, the otters have to be in the water. Well, you know what? Honestly, don't have such stupid koi fish. You deserve to have them stolen by an otter.
Don't be something you're not, hotel. $100,000 worth of fucking koi fish. Pay your workers better. Well, it is in the UK, so they actually have healthcare and are paid pretty decently. So I don't know what I'm saying. Put more amenities in my hotel room. I don't want just a tiny shampoo. Give me a full-sized one.
And if you're not a hotel, quit trying to pretend to be one. The Eiffel Tower did.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower. Did you know the Eiffel Tower wasn't meant to be permanent?
Yeah, it was something that was pulled up by the World's Fair. You know what? When we went to Paris for our honeymoon, we were sitting outside of the Eiffel Tower, and we really did a lot of research on it because we were like, we had nothing better to do, but we were to drink champagne and look at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started like Googling facts about it. And my favorite one, if I may share,
Of course.
when Hitler took over Paris,
Mm-hmm.
right before that happened, I think the guys who worked at the tower cut the elevator lines. They were like, bye. Like, if you want to get in this thing, you better walk. And Hitler was like, I would like to have a Nazi flag hanging from the Eiffel Tower. And so he had to set, like, there was like some soldiers who had to walk all the way to the top because the elevators were cut, and they hung a Nazi flag. And the wind was crazy that day, and they didn't secure it well. So after like an hour, the flag fell off. And so then they had to walk up and do it again. And I thought that was very, in the grand scheme of what, like, it was horrible that the Nazis took over Paris or existed at all.
Yeah.
But it is goofy that they didn't do a good job with their flag and that they had to walk up. And I thought it was a very nice sort of last fuck you to cut those elevator lines.
I had a brief FU at the Eiffel Tower. So you can pay to go up the Eiffel Tower. You can visit the park for free. It costs money to ride the lifts to go up and go to the exploration decks, etc. So as the trip navigator and planner in a big way and like get shit doneer.
Yep.
I said, all right, the family, they're straggling. They're in different places. They're in different Ubers. Here, I'll go stand in line and grab those tickets. Don't worry about me. I'll go get the tickets.
Uh-huh.
So I wait in this long line. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait. I get up to the front, and I go, hi, I need 8 tickets, da-da-da. And they go, well, where's the rest of your party? I said, they're over there. They're all over there. And they're like, they all have to be here. And I was like, no. But I have the credit card. I'm buying all the tickets. And me and this gentleman get into like a tiff about, but you have to be present to have your ticket. Like, you can't just send someone. Anyway, I was miffed.
Did you get the tickets?
Well, eventually I had to like round up the family. Then we had to go to the back of the line and try it all again. It was
You had to wait in the line again?
A little bit. I had to wait until the family could come up. The guy kind of like took pity on us a little bit, but it still took 10 times longer than it should have. When I'm like, I told you how many. I'm not asking for discount tickets. I'm not saying kids or seniors. I'm fucking trying to buy full price 8 tickets. Let's go.
That's ridiculous. That line is so long. Why would they encourage and enforce having 8 extra people in a line that's that long? That makes me so annoyed.
I wasn't the worst U.S. tourist to ever go to the Eiffel Tower because these two were. In our next story from TheGuardian.com.
2 tourists were found sleeping in the Eiffel Tower after hopping a barrier.
The Americans spent the night under the stars in a spot normally closed to the public, but did not pose any apparent threat.
They dodged security the night before and the monument's operator. The security men woke them up the next morning as they were making their rounds, and they said it appears that they got stuck because of how drunk they were, but I don't think that that's true. I think they were like, let's see
absolutely.
if we can spend the night on the Eiffel Tower. I mean, it's nice that they were like, these guys they're not like hurting anybody, but this is also like bad. And like, they had an entry ticket for 10:40 p.m. Europe. You do things too late. Okay. Why are you guys up so early? That's late, Erica. That's too late. 10:40 p.m.? That's nighttime. That's bedtime. That's bedtime, girl. And meanwhile, fucking Parisians are eating dinner.
I was to say,
that's ridiculous.
Just starting dinner. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Man, we really had a hard time getting our footing when it came to when we were supposed to eat. I'll tell you what. But that's not about this.
I'm pretty good at like wherever we are, if you give me a list, like I'll find a perfect restaurant. And I've been very good about that on trips and spontaneity and whatnot. But there was one restaurant we went to on this European trip, and it was supposed to be like amazing, all these ratings, all this. And it was like the worst, like absolute garbage. Whereas some of the ones where it's like, here, that place, 9 of us go sit down, were some of the most amazing things of all time. And it just goes to show you never can tell. You just never can tell. But yeah. I'm just proud I was never accosted or arrested on any of my travels.
Yeah, I don't believe that I interacted with police at all. But you know what? If I did, I'd probably just admit what I was doing wrong, kind of like this next person did.
And me? I ain't saying shit until I have a lawyer in front of me. I don't care where I am. I will start reciting my social security number like I'm a prisoner of war. Be like, you do not have the authority. From MSN.
Bruh.
Go ahead. From MSN.com. Just take me to jail, man. Suspect says to troopers when they seized over 562 grams worth of drugs during a traffic stop.
You know what? If you have 562 grams, which let's just look that up too, 562 grams to pounds. Okay. Well, that's not that much. See, now MSN, you fucked up. Girl, that's only 1.23 pounds.
Of like cocaine though, and heroin.
Is a pound a lot for drugs?
Yeah, I think so. Like kilos is what a lot. That's the thing. Guys, we just don't know enough about drugs. Cassandra and I are trashy, but we're not drug people.
We don't do drugs. Anyways, fine. If this is like a lot of drugs.
It seems like a lot.
I know, but think about like what a pound of chicken, you know? Like that's all the drugs you had was just like a pound of chicken worth? Like, I don't, like, is that... That's probably
I think more than a gram will get you like a felony or something.
How many drugs do you need? How many drugs do you need to get like high? Like,
well, it depends on the particular drug.
Okay, but like, is a pound enough for like a party, or is it enough for one person, or is it enough for like multiple parties?
I would say a pound is probably enough for like a solid party. 40 to 60 guests throughout the evening. They're not all there at the same time. Just from a hostess perspective, you want to pace the party. So I think that's enough for like a party. I don't know.
It says troopers found a black and honestly, I would have been able to cruise through this and be like, that's so many drugs had I not Googled that. But now I'm like really questioning it. Anyways, the troopers found a black and blue duffel bag that had multiple clear plastic bags containing green leafy substances, 7 orange round pills, some mushrooms, an unlabeled pill bottle containing white round pills, and rectangular pills that were broken up into smaller pieces.
So you know what they don't list is that there was actually 10 orange round pills at the first, and each of the officers said, I'll do it if you do it. No, let's be naughty. No, we can't tell anybody. We're all going to do it. We're all going to do it so that none of us get in trouble because we all won't tell on each other. Okay, let's do it.
I just feel like if I picked up a duffel bag and it only weighed like a pound, 1.2 pounds, I'd be like, this one's empty. No need to check this one. This one's empty. Like, why would they think to open it? It's empty. That's the weight of a duffel bag. This one's fine.
Of a duffel bag.
Pick up a duffel bag. Find something that's 1 pound. Maybe I don't even think a sparkling water is probably like 1 pound. Put a sparkling.
Yeah, those are 12 ounces typically. So
wait, is this true? 12 ounces to pounds?
Oh no!
Oh, it's 0.75 pounds. Okay, so this was basically like if 2 sparkling waters were in a duffel bag. Oh, I guess that is heavy. Maybe I would check that bag.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever I do, I just want to do it really well. So I would probably check the duffel bag myself. And, I'm a bit of a completionist. I'm going to be honest. If I do something, I really do it.
Well, then you're kind of like the person in our next story from the messenger.com, because this Georgia man was arrested for stealing his neighbor's entire front porch.
The porch was valued at about $3,000. The Georgia man is now facing felony charges after being accused of stealing the full wooden porch. So the porch owner told the investigators that while his property may have an abandoned look, the porch and other items of the land were not up for grabs. And it was a full 8x10 porch.
Sure, the porch was valued at $3,000, but can you really put a price on a place to have your morning coffee?
My grandparents had a beautiful wooden porch on the side of their house, slightly raised. There's like a beautiful porch that was made. It was like made by my grandpa. But there was a lot of nails in the construction of said. My grandma had beautiful bird feeders or benches and picnic tables, blah, blah, blah. But after like a good rain or every 6 to 8 months or something, one of those little nails would just make its way up. And many a time in my childhood, I would trip over a nail. And that was also the fun was every once in a while, we'd get to go out with hammers and like drive all the nails back down. Amount of scars fun. I have on my body from the nails on the porch. Yeah. So anyway, maybe this was a safe. Maybe he was thinking of the children.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Also, like if you ever have to like justify and be like, I understand that my house looks abandoned.
Yes.
But yeah. Honestly, this guy sounds like a major buzzkill.
He really does. It would really bring me down. I might even just leave if he were around.
From mirror.co.uk, a bride left the altar for being a buzzkill and then carried on with her wedding without the husband.
This heartbroken bride has been praised for continuing her wedding without a husband after being stood up at the altar. The woman explained how she walked down the aisle in her wedding dress to see nobody waiting at the end, leading her into a panic.
Does she know anyone who gives a shit about her? What they let her walk down the aisle for?
Where is the day of coordinator being like, actually, we're going to hold. We're going to hold. We're going to hold. I guess, so she came to learn her fiance spent the previous day with his ex-girlfriend drinking and smoking cannabis.
Oh, wow. Just having a good old-fashioned kickback with your ex.
I yelled at him about it because he was late and he hadn't helped me at all. He said he didn't want to get married because spending time with his ex made him realize I wasn't as fun as she was because I was uncomfortable with him doing drugs. He really thought I was a buzzkill.
So they broke up, and then she ended up booting him out of the wedding entirely and went on to enjoy their evening reception without him. I kicked him out and still at a party, and I told him to go home and pack up his shit, and then he did. Wait, so...
I don't think she actually walked. I think they were exaggerating.
She was like, we're going to break up, but like, I'm going to still have this party.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the invitations went out. The food is paid for. I guess we don't know how much drugs are. And maybe he was doing a lot of them. Maybe he was doing grams.
Wow.
I don't know. So, of course, she shared this with Reddit and most, users had to chime in with their congratulations. Sure. Classy of him to end it that way. You're better off without him. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. Wow.
This is completely off subject, but it's not off subject to the next story. This person's been coming up on my TikTok lately. He's like an engineer, and he created these special packages that get picked up by porch pirates. Porch pirate, of course, being someone who steals packages off of people's porches, where when they open the box, it like a glitter bomb goes off.
Yes.
Everywhere. Like a and like glitter just spreads everywhere, 360. And also it sprays a bunch of fart spray.
I've seen the glitter. I did not know they had the fart spray ones.
If he comes back in my feed, I'll send him to you, and I'm sure he will, because I literally sat there and watched the entire video. Did you also know, did I send this to you on TikTok? Where if you just kind of press down on the left side of the screen, it'll speed it up ×2?
Okay, so you did, and Winston and I watched that video a couple times, and we're convinced that she's doing a bit, because it's like at a certain time. Does it work on all videos?
Girl, it's all I do now.
Really?
Wow. It works, and I speed everything up by ×2 because I don't have all day, and some people just take too much time to speak.
Not us, though. We keeps it tight. You know what I mean? We're a duo. We're a 2-woman duo.
And we edit.
We edit that shit.
Okay, from Wesh.com, a Florida woman is facing felony charges after she pelted a man with containers of glitter. Whatever he must have done, she was pissed.
He deserved it. No. 2 women, they are facing felony charges after the police said that they went to the man's apartment and started throwing glitter at him during an argument. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought he was on the street. And they were like, boo, shame this man.
Right.
No, they went to his house. That's, you messed up.
This is like the modern day, seemingly you'd get in less trouble, but obviously not because they're facing felony charges. But like, you know, like the song Carrie Underwood, like before he cheat, or like dug my keys into the side. You know, she keyed his car, carved her name into his leather seats, put a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, and slashed a hole in all 4 tires, so that maybe next time he would think before he cheats. Wow, I know every lyric. But that's what she did. And I think the modern day now is to cover people's houses in glitter, because arguably that's worse.
Here's my problem with that song. Do all of those things. You know, key his car, smash out his headlights, all that. Carving your name into his seat? Babe, that's called evidence. What are we doing? We're carving someone we don't like's name into his seat.
I have another problem with that song. Don't expect me to just be able to shoot whiskey.
It's not for everyone, guys. It's not for everyone.
Sometimes you do want to drink that fruity little drink because you can't shoot whiskey. That doesn't make you the bad guy.
No.
The guy is this guy is the bad. Anyways, so these 2 girls, they went to his apartment just before 3 a.m., started arguing with him as he stood on his fenced balcony, and then they threw a container of glitter at him. He was hit in the head and the torso, which, like, speaking of didn't go to little bitch school, like
she didn't go to the little bitch school of living, did she?
No. I understand it's 3 a.m., but you can't catch flying glitter, and you're going to call the cops because you got hit. Like, what? I've seen a glitter container. That's less than a pound of drugs. It's really not that, it doesn't hurt that bad.
But they had multiple. They threw more containers of glitter at this man.
They went to fuck this guy's life up. I mean, this was premeditated. So they don't have a good case here, especially if it's like, well, what did he do? He started following his ex again.
Oh my God. I don't know. So I've talked about my online activities. I'm in certain groups where women will come to seek advice from other women, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
One woman posed the question, ladies, what would you do? Which, here's the thing. If you start a post in one of those groups like that, it's going to be good.
Always.
And she says, my man went out last night and now he's following 3 more people than before he left on Instagram. What would you do? And I'm like, first of all, I've never thought about how many people Winston follows or is following. Like,
no,
why do you have that number? If you know that number, there's already fundamental trust issues.
Yeah.
The internet completely dunked on a lady a couple weeks ago. She talked about she has a betrayal trauma from her husband watching pornography, and now she's like a betrayal coach. But she was talking about, everyone was talking about Oppenheimer the movie, and there is a she says corn scene, like CORN, when she means porn scene, because there's sex scene in said film. And she's like, so I researched everything, obviously, and my husband and I, we talked about everything, and we had a game plan. So what we did is we went to the movie, and anytime the corn was on screen, meaning naked people, he would just put his head into my shoulder and bury his eyes. And that's how we got through the movie. And I'm like, are you okay?
That wasn't the same person with the Instagram followers, was it?
No, but it just the similar tone of
this is the woman who said, this man has betrayed me by watching porn, and so now you guys seek help.
Yeah, but she's a
Speaking
coach.
Of needing to
Sorry.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
Of course she's a coach, because those who can't teach. People would rather coach other on their crazy than get help. But who really needs help are these next batch of stories, because they, of course, have fallen into the category of, we cut that.
Snip, snip, snip.
Had to go.
From
Fox. Oh, of course. Sorry. Let me explain. This is a batch of stories that we felt like were definitely trashy, but like didn't have enough juice, or maybe had too much juice. And we opted to, or maybe it's just all in the headline and let your imagination go wild. But All in all, we cut that.
From FoxNews.com, Argentinian lawmaker suspended after kissing woman's breast during virtual congressional meeting. Now, what a man does in the privacy of his own home. I don't care if he's on government time.
Just don't be on government camera.
Just don't be on government camera. Exactly.
But we cut that.
We cut that.
WVNews.com. Clarksburg, West Virginia man accused of unlawfully entering daycare while it was closed to drink kids' milk and eat their ice cream.
And I'll do it again, and to your little dog, too. This is so, like, Wicked Witch of the West villainry.
It's, I mean, we just emphasize, the daycare was closed.
The daycare was
right still.
Children were not present in any way. Yeah.
Yeah. From CNN.com, girl, still alive and wriggling. Doctors remove a 3-inch parasitic worm from woman's brain in world's first of this type of surgery. And there's just no way we can talk about this.
Yep. She had, just so you know, if you're experiencing similar symptoms, what to tell your doctor, she had 3 weeks of abdominal pain and diarrhea, followed by constant dry cough, fever, and night sweats.
Okay, I literally have that all the time.
I was going to say, if any of those things are happening to you, which is constantly, you may have a 3-inch long parasitic worm in your brain. Anyway, but we're not doctors. We cut that.
We cut that. From TMJ4.com, MKE co-supervisor apologizes after using Cardi B's WAP to promote weatherization assistance program.
You know, no notes.
Yeah.
What can we say? I feel like he's not the first politician to get in trouble for using WAP for something.
Bought me a phone just to text him of my weatherization assistance program.
There's some whores in this house. Wait, he says some.
There's some holes in this.
There's some holes in this atmosphere or something.
Yeah, it's not good. And also that song is too old. From oxfordmail.co.uk, man denies drug dealing after crack and heroin found between his buttocks.
I wasn't dealing it. I was keeping it.
Yeah. Mind your business. What's in my ass is going to stay there. It's not for public consumption.
Do you have a warrant? Then you can't put your hand up there. You know what I mean?
This duffel bag is empty.
This duffel bag. How much does this duffel bag weigh? It's about a handful? Like, yeah.
I've learned so much about the metric system.
Truly, this is an educational podcast for our friends here in America. The rest of the world has a beautiful system of tens, like grams, kilos. It's all just 10, 100, 1,000. Like, it all makes sense. America, we're like, oh, that's an ounce. How many ounces make a pound? It depends if it's wet or dry. And you're like, wait, what? The minute I learned there's a difference between wet and dry measurements for baking, I was like, this is all witchcraft. So furious.
I did always wonder, I'm like, why do I have these like spoons, but then I also have this measuring cup, and it's like, oh my God. You know what does confuse me though is when British people are like, I lost like 3 stones, and I'm like, what the fuck is a stone? Like, you
20
already
pounds,
have
right?
kilos.
A stone's 20.
No, it's 14 pounds. So
wait,
we're not the only ones who have
14?
stupid. Yes,
that's stupid.
I just Googled it. It says though it has varied from 4 to 32 pounds over various items over time, it's on average means 14 pounds. Like, why are we measuring like that?
Listen, Britain, I have some notes, okay? You call the Normandies to come get with me. All right. Me and the Druids have some notes for how your society has turned out. That's not okay.
It's like, I feel like the term stones is like the daylight savings of America, because I'm looking at why is 14 lips called a stone? And it said in England, a standard stone weight was 12.5 pounds, meaning that 8 stones weighed 100 pounds, 100 weight. And around the year 1390 or so, to assist the wool trade, the king changed the weight of the stone to 14 pounds. So because the king and like sheeps and wool trade in 1390 called 14 pounds a stone. Now people still go like, oh, I just lost 3 stones. And then we have to be called stupid. Look, everybody's stupid. But then the daylight savings thing, it's like, why do we always do that? It's like literally for farmers, but we all do it. So
I read a thing that was, they attributed it to like a Native American scholar, but it was definitely just like a thing the internet made up. And it was like, but it uses a photo of like a very prestigious looking indigenous Native man. But it was like, only a white man would think you could cut the bottom off a blanket and add it to the top and have a longer blanket or whatever. And you're like, that's not what he said.
Proverb?
Yeah, it's like, okay. You know that are like all of our pregnancy statistics, like, you know, people like, you know, like say, oh, this is a geriatric, this is all this stuff, da, da, da. It's all based on this like French study from like the 1400s or something. It's crazy.
Modern enough for women's medicine.
You know what? You're right. That's true. Women, speaking of women beat women in. So let's.
Yeah, speaking of made up people, are you ready?
Let's get into it.
It's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Oh my God.
From cbc.ca, a Quebec bar added a woman after being called out for an all-male comedy lineup. Turns out, though, she doesn't exist.
The running joke doesn't land with local female comics who say industry's a boys' club. So 2 Montreal comedians, Imna and Coralie, created an Instagram account called Pas del fil sur le piercing, no girls in the lineup, as a way to call out gender inequality in the Quebec comedy scene.
We did it as an answer to us being told that we exaggerate it when we say it's a problem, guys. Let's try to book more women. And people are like, no, it doesn't happen often. So we started this page to be like, here are the receipts. And this Instagram page denounces the boys' club in comedy. It calls out all male lineups at comedy clubs across the province, and it has more than 150 posts after just a few months in operation.
There was a Instagram account like that in LA where it was like 1 woman on the lineup or no women on the lineup. But yeah, that was similar page happening in LA. Yeah, it's a problem. So one of the bars that's been featured several times is a French name that I'm not going to get correct. So, you know,
Why? You tried the Facebook profile name. Why not try this?
La Troquette in Gatineau. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did that. Is that what you wanted? Is this what you wanted?
So
my French blood is boiling.
In June, that place that Erica was talking about.
No, you try. You do it.
No, very often only spotlights male performers. They saw a face of a female comic named Sonia. And it started beginning in every lineup posted to the Facebook page. And there was like hope that maybe this was taken seriously because Sonia was performing every week, until it was found out that Sonia was created by AI and it was a fake person.
Yep.
It was a picture of a fake lady.
Yep. So the Instagram page called out the bar again this week, posting several screenshots of its lineup featuring Sonia Bellinger, which is actually my family name, Bellinger, with the caption, "It's crazy how much effort goes into just not booking a female comedian. Hats off to you. Really. Slow clap." Wow.
So the bar owner is upset about being criticized in the past. Nobody thought he would take it this far. And they said that a lot of people are just really opposed to women in comedy. And there's a saying that goes, to the privileged, equality feels like oppression. So I feel like that's what's going on right now, is what, they said on the Facebook. So the owner clapped back and said, like, yeah, I created a fake comic in response to all of these posts, and they called us misogynists and as if we weren't making any effort, but plenty of women have performed here. So we just thought it would be funny to create a comedian from scratch. And, they say at the beginning of every performance that Sonia's performance was canceled. And the people who go and watch shows there know that it is a running joke. Are we going to make more of an effort? No. Are we going to keep trying to help female comedians gain the same prominence of male comedians? Yes, we will definitely help advance this cause. So those two things are kind of like opposing.
Yes.
Like we'll try to help comedians, have the same prominence as males, but are we going to make an effort? No. So
yeah. We support it.
That's like,
we're not doing any of the booking, but we support you gals go out and get it.
Yeah. So anyways, it's just some shitty misogyny, but I mean, to be honest, like female comedians are pretty like lame. They all like just yap and like really like shrill.
My boyfriend.
I'm a mom. But when Tom Segura talks about being a dad, it's really funny.
It is so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, when Nick Thune, whoever, when he tells jokes about how he doesn't like all the other parents, it's so funny and really fresh material.
I love hearing about dicks and their dick and what their dick did and what their dick's making them do. Men are just better at comedy.
Yeah, it's really, really funny.
It's hard.
And so now we're going to announce that it's actually going to be Winston and Taylor who are going to take over the show.
We've talked about it, and this is the right decision for our families.
Yep, we think it would be a better of a show. Erica, for fuck's sake, what are you hoarding?
Oh, gal, what am I hoarding? Oh, okay, I'm going to take you back to a simpler time, some might say. Nixon was in the White House.
Whoa.
The Yankees were playing baseball. A band named Casey and the Sunshine Band were on the radio. And if you wanted a Coke, you grabbed a glass bottle. I fucking love a glass bottle of Coke.
Oh, okay. That was a long walk to get there.
You gotta take the walk. So from age 12 to 19, I stopped drinking soda. I just like declared it one day, and everyone's like, "You'll never not be able to drink pop," and and I said,
"Yeah,
watch me. If there's something I am, it's stubborn."
Mm-hmm.
So I just gave it up. I just stopped, and so it wasn't a part of my life for quite some time. But I was ruled by soda. 44-ounce drinks were everything. You got them at the Tiger Paw convenience store. You got them at the Sonic. Always a Coke. So I started drinking teas and waters, blah, blah, blah. I got into soda again because when I started drinking, it was like a mixer.
Yeah.
And so I was always a Dr. Pepper girl. I grew up in Oklahoma. Yeah. It's so saturated and sweet, though. I don't know if I had a Coke until I was like 20, and it was like a whiskey and Coke, etc., etc. But I don't drink a lot of soda almost ever, but if I have one, I want to be a glass bottle of Coke because they call it Mexican Coke here, especially because it's made with actual cane sugar, not the high fructose corn syrup that's in a lot of our soft drinks. So it's made with real sugar, but a glass bottle. Oh, it's just so good. I had one earlier today. It just made me so happy. So, a glass bottle of Coke. Not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
No, that would be tight.
Not sponsored by Coca-Cola. Yeah. Anyway, what are you hoarding?
IKEA serves vegan plant balls. So, I'm hoarding that. When I get the plant ball meal, like, is the product I'm receiving as the meal completely vegan? No, because there's some dairy in their mashed potatoes. Maybe the gravy's fine and the mashed potatoes are, I don't know. It's not a completely vegan experience. It could be, though. But when I want the IKEA experience.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we'll go and I'll get like the plant ball meal, and it's like so good. Like Swedish meatballs, who? Mm-hmm. I do have some beef though, because we were like, let's try to get these in the frozen section and then make these plant ball meals at home. Mm-hmm. They're a little expensive to buy like that. Mm-hmm. So that was a blow. But honestly, like, Go to your local IKEA and just have lunch.
Yeah. If you spend
It's
a certain
really
amount,
cheap.
if you spend a certain amount in the store, you get lunch for free.
What?
Yeah, if you spend like over $200 or $250, you just take your receipt and then you get free lunch.
How do I get free lunch at
IKEA?
Basically, if you eat at the restaurant, keep your receipt because it will have a QR code that will let you subtract the price. What?
Oh, I can't believe I just gave you that hot tip. Yeah, babe.
If you spend over $100.
That's it. It's a low threshold, yeah.
What?
Wow, you're welcome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's cool. Thank you for letting me know that. And thank you on behalf of our listeners, thank you, because they're all going to go have lunch and have like plant balls or meatballs, whatever you want, at IKEA, and then spend $100. What are you throwing out?
I live in a major city.
Yeah.
I don't want to dox myself, but I live in a major city, let's say.
Yeah.
And we have street cleaning where you can't park your car on certain sides of the street. You get a ticket, blah, blah, blah. I'm throwing away the fact that we have, quote, street cleaning, yet our sidewalks have dog shit and sometimes human shit on them constantly. Like, clean up after your dogs. And I don't care. There's nothing in the street that bothers me. I'm never like, ugh, this street is filthy. I can't believe. I'm like, I would pay good money to have our sidewalks power cleaned. It drives me nuts. I think it's so gross. I'm throwing it away.
You're throwing away human shit on the sidewalk, or you're throwing away street sweeping?
Dog shit on the sidewalk and maybe human shit. I don't know. I'm not getting down there. I'm not a scientist. I'm not getting down there and measuring or pulling out my protractor and my microscope and figuring out what's dog, what's human. I'm not doing that.
You know what really gets me riled up is that people who don't have poop bags, you know, that's part of the responsibility of owning an animal. However, sometimes you go out and you think you have more poop bags than you do.
Sure.
And mistakes happen. All right. And so in those instances, it's like, it's really nice when cities or walking paths or whatever offer like, hey, here's a post that has dog bags in it so you can clean up your dog shit. What pisses me off is people who never spend their own money to buy doggy bags, find these free offerings of dog bags where you're just supposed to take what you need and just take the whole roll because they don't want to spend the fucking $3 to get like, that makes me mad. It's like,
yeah,
we all just want the dog shit to be picked up, but you're too selfish that you're stealing the roll from everyone who's supposed to share it and really only use it when you just happen to not have a dog bag. Like, whatever.
And I think I've talked about my gastrointestinal issues that have been happening as of recently where I will just spontaneously throw up.
Right.
But I've started to carry little dog poop bags. I have it in my little medicine pouch in my purse next to my Tums and my Advil.
Oh my God.
So that if I throw up, I can just pull one of those out and I'm not making a mess on the sidewalk. You know, if I have if I get the biological warning something might be happening, which I rarely do because it is just an instant. But I have those bags so that I can, hopefully pop it out and impress somebody someday.
Hilarious.
What are you throwing away?
Girl, this damn heat.
Ugh. Say it.
It's hot. It is hot, hot. I did a fitting for a commercial I shot this week, and they had like just a big box fan in there and not AC. And I have tattoos, so like everything I wear usually on like shows and commercials and everything is long sleeve to cover my tattoos. So I had to try on like 10 different outfits. long sleeve, and I was just absolutely like pouring sweat, like trying to not be outwardly mortified, but also like it's too hot. It's too hot, and this is all our fault.
It is. It's our fault. We chose to be born, and existence is a prison. And our use of fossil fuels and carbon emissions is destroying the environment and the ozone. But anyway, boom, 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 boom. Where can the people find you, Cassandra?
Here on the Trashy podcast. Where can the people find you?
They can find me at Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, who knows where else. I will be on an episode of Mother May I Sleep With podcast. I plugged it earlier. It will be coming out soon. And you can find this podcast, though, at Trashy Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, wherever you're going to find us. You're going to find us at Trashy Pod. Our website is trashypodcast.com. That has links to where you can listen to this podcast, social media links, a tab for our merch store so that you can wear a shirt and show the world that you're garbage too. And if you want to just go to the merch store directly, you can do so by going to trashypodcast.threadless.com. And as always, we really appreciate you, baby trash cans. Thank you so much for leaving reviews, telling a friend, sending in stories, commenting in me in voice memos on how to pronounce St. Lucia correctly. And as always, use code TRASHY for all discount codes. So, hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.